The drive-thru. I'm your host, Tony T. We broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you before the top hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here in the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We'll meet the cappers, then they get right to the picks. We don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's say hello to David. David, what's going on?
Not much, Tony. It's been a good couple of days for me on my premium plays. I didn't have to sweat any football this weekend. Had the Lions, had a bye week. It would be all great if the Lakers didn't just lay an absolute last night. It was just disgusting.
Yeah, that second half just looked bad, and the Spurs made show some improvement there in that second half. Rod, what's happening? Coming a big day again.
Yeah, not a bad day. Definitely can't complain. Keep knocking on some wood. Just continue to roll along. When you're hot, you're hot. It is what it is. Keep riding high. Try not to fall off a cliff. That's basically how it goes. Try to stay even keel. And hey, it is funny because even with my record the way it's been going, how did I do with the NFL in the weekend? Not so good. I went 0-6. I don't even think I got a sniff of anything right in the NFL. So I went 0-6 there. So even the 50-50 record had a couple more units to that if I would have had a half-decent NFL weekend. But no, got rocked at the NFL. Everything else been rolling great. So let's continue on this week and get some more winners here. Tuesday, college basketball cards swept it yesterday. Let's get some more there. I'm loving today's card. I don't even know if I got enough TVs to be able to watch it all. The action we got going tonight. Some pretty good games on the slate. I'm excited.
Very good, very good. Let's say hello here to to Damien. Damien, what's going on?
Hey Tony, how you doing? I'm going pretty good the last few days, and one more to go. One more big one here for these guys to go, and I'll be really happy. Hopefully Monday night. Yeah,
Monday night, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they're in play there for that national championship game. Let's say hello to Wayne. Wayne, what's going on?
What's happening, Tony? Everything's solid over here. As good as I can be, coming off a 1-4 day, one of my worst days in the last week or two. So those days happen. Normally bounce back pretty strong, as the guys mentioned. A solid NBA card, one of the best college basketball cards on the year, and we got a nice little hockey slate. So I'm excited to hear the guys break that down, give you a few of my opinions on that, and put you guys on some winners for today.
Yeah, big hockey card tonight there. Yeah, I had a single yesterday. I had a rough one there Sunday. Okay, did good on Saturday, but bounced back here with the winner with the Rams yesterday, getting the job done against the Vikings. But today's another day. Time to bring in some more winners. All right, let's get underway here with the drive-thru. Let's get to the business here, getting you some winners here. And we'll start here with the NBA tonight here. So we'll get those games up to you, get the odds for you right now. We'll look at the latest odds up on our live screen here. Well, in this block of games, we'll cover 3 in this block. We'll cover Thunder, Sixers. We see the Thunder now 12.5 in this one. This one's been moving up a bit since the morning. Total there, go back to the total 218. Cavs and the Pacers, Cleveland at 8, total 231. Suns and the Hawks here. This one's come down here. We see the Suns now 1.5. Total 238.5 in this one. We'll tell you what's going on here injury-wise. Travers out here for Cleveland. Jerome doubtful. On the Indiana side, we have Nesmith, and Halliburton has been downgraded to out. Halliburton out for Indiana. OKC, well, Caruso in the lineup today for OKC, but not in the starting line. May come off the bench. He's off the injury report. Holmgren still out. Flagler and Mitchell as well. For Philadelphia, Drummond, Embiid, Lowry, Martin, KJ Martin out. Maxey and Martin are questionable. George and Edwards probable there for Philadelphia. As we take a look at the Phoenix and Atlanta game, just Nurkic out for Phoenix. Jalen Johnson, Nance, and Zeller out there for Atlanta. The probable's Young. He'll play today. So there you go with that. Let's get this block here started off with Damien.
Yeah, 2 games here that I like in this slot here. I do like the Pacers here with the points. I know the Cavs here have revenge on their minds. The Pacers just beating them. But Indiana's playing really well right now. They've won 6 in a row. And they've really turned it up defensively during this 6-game winning streak. They're allowing just 104 points per game over the last 6. I know you mentioned Halliburton being out. But he only played 19 minutes last game against Cleveland. So I'm not figuring out as a big of a factor. So I do like the Pacers with the points in that one. And the Suns at the Hawks. I like the Hawks in this one. Now, both teams coming in at 500. Suns are playing better between the two teams, but when you look at it, Phoenix really struggles when they go to Atlanta. They've lost actually their last 10 in a row there. I know that, the Hawks don't play much defense, but the Suns don't play much themselves. And I'm just going to take the home team, the Hawks, in this one. I like them. So the Hawks and the Pacers.
There from Damian. Next up, we can move on over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at Cleveland and the Pacers. You look at I like the under in that one, 231.5. I just don't see attract me. Give me the under, lower scoring one in that one. 231 is just way too many points. And you look at the Pacers this season after a win by 10 or more points. Hey, they 10-0 to the under this season. So give me the under in that matchup. And I also like the under in OKC in Philadelphia. 218. I believe it was 215 this morning, so it went up a little bit. Somebody thinks it's going to go over. I don't think so. I'm going to take the under with all those guys out for Philadelphia. It's the first to 100 type game. Wins that one. Give me the under, 218, OKC, and the 76ers.
Yeah, that total opened 215.5 there with OKC, and the Thunder has moved up considerably here to 218. We've just seen a 217 pop up, so this one's been moving under as Ross says the under in that game. All right, next up we move on over to David.
Yeah, in this Pacers-Cavs game, I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm looking at the over here. We've seen Cleveland have a ton of success this season, obviously, only 5 losses, but they're a very high-scoring team. They've scored at least 122 points in 9 of their last 12 games. This Pacers defense does not impress me. I know they've been slightly better, over the last 5 or 6 games, but still, I don't think they can slow down Cleveland 2 games in a row. I think Cleveland gets revenge. I think they score plenty of points, and I think it goes up and over the total. The Thunder and the Sixers, I'd love to know the complete injury report here for Philly on who's going to play, but not knowing, I am with Rod on this one. I think we see a lower scoring game. I think the Thunder could run away with it, but I just don't know where the points are going to come from for the 76ers, especially if they're missing some of these guys that are questionable. And then Suns-Hawks, I watched that Phoenix-Charlotte game the other night, and Phoenix was lucky to escape with a win. They were losing in the second half there in the fourth quarter for quite a bit. But Atlanta's really struggled over the last 2-3 weeks. So, in my opinion, it's a stay away. If I had to take it, I'm probably going to take the home team, but not really confident in it.
There from David. All right, next up, we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lay it with OKC. They'll kind of miss the best number at 11.5, 12.5, an extra point. I still think you're pretty safe at that spot. Just healthier team, working with revenge. They've struggled against Philly in the past, but this ain't the same Philly team. Without Embiid, without now possibly a plethora of guys, I just don't trust Philadelphia scoring. Taking a better cover team that can defend with the better depth. In the Phoenix, Alabama. In the Phoenix Atlanta game, I'm on Atlanta. Just like these guys said, Phoenix just a tough take on the road. Their team that struggles to score on the road. Their defense gets worse on the road. Also, Atlanta's while they're not great defensively, they do cause a lot of turnovers. They're third in causing turnovers, especially at home. They also score better at home, and they're working with revenge in this spot. As far as losing to the last time out when they played Phoenix, give me Atlanta to get the home win as a home dog.
There from Wayne. All right, I tell you here what I think about these games here. Yeah, I'm going to look here at OKC. I'm not going to get in front of them. They're 6-2 to the spread on the road against losing teams. They are tops in defensive efficiency on the road as well. Get up to 103 points per 100 possessions. Philadelphia has really struggled for offense at home this season. Now they've got a lot of the guys out. I like the Thunder here again. Cavs and Pacers, I'm going to go over in this game. Both teams trending over here. Pacers here hitting at 50% right now over their past 5 games. Cleveland has shot the ball very well. As a matter of fact, they've gone over in 11-17 at home. The Cavs 10-5 in the over on the road. I'll look at the over in that spot. And I'll look at Atlanta here in this spot. Against these high-scoring teams, Phoenix 0-2 to the spread this season on the road against teams that average 116 points per game or greater. But again, it's the Phoenix defense on the road, 28th in defensive efficiency away from home this season, give 119 points per 100 possessions. I will look here at Atlanta as well in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we'll close out NBA with the 4 remaining games here tonight on the schedule here. So the games we'll cover in this block will be Kings and Bucks, game of the night here, but it's not on TNT. It's the Bucks here laying 2. The total says 227.5. We got Pelicans and Bulls. The Bulls here still hanging on to that 1.5-point favorite here. Total 241.5. Now we've seen that trickled up. Nuggets and Mavericks. Nuggets here 4.5 on TNT. Total 234.5. Late night game here, your 1-800-DEGEN game. Nets and Blazers here. We got the Blazers here now down to 5 here. Down to 5. Total 218. Let's take a look here at what's going on the injury report here for these 4 games in this block. Pelicans and Bulls. We're starting to see that Pelicans injury report start to narrow down a little bit. Only Ingram and Jones out here for New Orleans. It's Craig Sanogo out for Chicago. The Sunmu and Kobe White still showing questionable. Kings and the Bucks. Malik Monk out. Monk out here for Sacramento. Usually the bench guy, but they even put him in the starting lineup. Keon Ellis looks like he'll be in the starting lineup tonight. Fox is in the lineup as well for Sacramento, but Monk out there on the Bucks side. Middleton out. Garrett Trent and Rollins here questionable. Giannis probable there. Dallas and Denver. Kankar is out, but Strawher, Murray, Jokic, Gordon all probable. Dallas and the Dallas side. Luka out. Kyrie still questionable. Let's see if any word here on Kyrie. Still the questionable tag from him. He's dealing with those back spasms. He did practice with the team yesterday. This is a front end of back-to-back here for Dallas, so some folks in the media are speculating that he could play tonight, or they could sit him out and play him tomorrow. So that's up in the air there with Kyrie Irving right now at this hour. Nets and Portland on the Brooklyn side. No Bogdanovich, no Cam Thomas, no Lewis. Watford are out. But it looks like upgrades for Claxton, Johnson, Russell, and Simmons to questionable here for Brooklyn. So maybe Brooklyn can have half their team back today. Portland on the Portland side, Grant and Thibault out. Williams, Banton, Avdija are questionable. So there you are, caught up with the injuries for these 4 games on the block. So we get this one here underway with Damian.
Taking a look here at the Bulls Pelicans. This over/under set really high, but I do like it to go over the total here. That the Pelicans, they have just 8 wins in the season. They're actually 3-3 over the last 6 games. They have been pretty bad, just awful on the defensive end of the court. But offensively, they've actually picked it up a little bit here. They scored 123 points in the win against the Sixers a couple nights ago, and their loss against the Celtics in the most recent game, they put up 119 points. Chicago does give up a lot of points, and they're one of the better offenses in the league. 10 of the last 12 between these 2 teams have gone over the total, and I think this one does as well. And also taking a look here at the Nets and the Blazers. This is actually just the 3rd time all year that the Blazers have been favored. Really, it doesn't benefit them to win this game. I don't think either of these teams, both these teams, are going to be looking towards the lottery. And I think the more ping pong balls they can get, the better for them. You got a long injury list, as you mentioned, for both sides. Dog has covered 8 of the last 10 between these 2. So I'll take the Nets and the points in that game.
There from Damian. All right, next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at these ones here, you know what? Just you said, hey, the Pelicans are scoring some points, and they love to beat up on the Bulls in the first half. They've beat the Bulls in 6 straight first halves, to be exact. So give me the Pelicans in the first half of that one. I think they have a nice little lead going into the locker room. And then the Bulls come out of that locker room, and they get themselves a nice little cover full game, as they've covered 5 straight at home. Have the Bulls. So Pelicans first half, Bulls full game for me in that one. And I agree with Damian. Give me the Nets plus the points there in that one. Portland as a home favorite versus the Eastern Conference. What is it, 6 straight non-covers for Portland in that situation? Give me the Nets plus the points in that one. And then the Bucks taking on Sacramento in that one. The Bucks have just dominated Sacramento. What is it, 15 straight as a favorite versus the Kings? And getting off that. 15 straight? I'm bucking the Kings. The Kings, sure, the Kings have been hot. They've been like greased snot right out of shot out of the cannon. The way they've been playing lately, it's just they've been hot. So everybody's going to jump on the Kings there. Not this guy. Give me the Bucks to continue to beat up on the Kings. Make it 16 straight in that one.
They are from Rod. All right, next up we move on over to David.
Yeah, Nets Trailblazers, I agree. I'm taking the Nets with the points. Just 2 terrible teams, and I don't think either are real desperate to win this one. So I'll take the points there. Nuggets, Mavericks. I'm interested to see how this one goes, especially if Kyrie plays. We saw these two teams play, I think it was Sunday, and Dallas led for most of that game. Denver came back late, ended up covering. But, I like this Dallas team here. We're getting 3.5. They had a strong showing last time. I do think Kyrie's going to play. If he doesn't, it does concern me a little bit, but I think he is going to play. They put up a good fight. I think they can win this game outright. I'm not super impressed with Denver. I know they've won 3 in a row, 4 out of their last 5, but I'm going to take the Mavericks here with the points at home.
There from David. Next up, we move on right over to Wayne.
Yeah, depending on Tony, let's go ahead and sweep up this next game. I'm in total agreement. Just can't lay points with Portland. Don't trust our fans. Brooklyn's been a strong cover team when getting points on the season. Actually playing with revenge and play a tough style of defense for the most part. Give me Brooklyn. I'm gonna have to take the Pelicans. All the numbers kind of point to the Bulls. Outside of the Bulls being 3-7 on the season, ATS against the West Coast, but these are numbers without Zion, and as Tony mentioned, New Orleans starting to get healthy. Some of the other guys mentioned how well New Orleans is scoring. And I also think this, with them being healthy, they'll start to benefit defensively. With Ayo and White in game time decision, that's one strong defender coming off the bench, and that's a strong offensive player in the starting lineup. Even if they play, I still like NO, but with one of them out, I definitely like New Orleans. Getting plus money in this spot, and I'm also in agreement with the Bucks here. Just looks like a track game. Bucks working with revenge as they lost their last time out, although it was in Sacramento, but they are 9-1 in their last 10, as Rob mentioned. Dominating Sacktown, Sack winning 7 in a row. No Malik Monk, that's big. One of their best scorers. Give me the Bucks to bounce back at home against the Sacramento teams.
There from Wayne. Yeah, from in the chat, we can now confirm these injuries. Now we got confirmation that Maxey is out here for Philadelphia and DeAndre Hunter out there for this Pelicans team. So those are confirmations now I'm receiving officially. Kings and Bucks, I'm going to be looking under in this game. Sacramento's really improved their defense. They're playing really hard. We see Domantas Sabonis been a monster there on the boards for them right now. Over their past 5 games, holding teams just over 44%, shooting 36% from 3. The Bucks have played well defensively. A Doc Rivers team at home, they're going to have a defensive game plan tonight here for this Sacramento team coming in. So I like the under in that game. Pelicans and Bulls. I like the Bulls here in this spot. Look, it's just hard for me to back a Pelicans team that's 6-13 on the spread on the road, 2-6 against these high-scoring teams and on spread. For this on the road for this Pelicans team, facing teams that average 116 points per game or greater. I'll look for the Bulls here. The Nuggets and Mavericks, I like the under in this game. Nuggets have gone under in 4 of 6. The Mavs under in 7 of 10. And man, I watched that Nuggets and Mavericks game. Boy, the Mavericks really had trouble getting points on the board here. Spencer Dinwiddie, 1 good game, 2 bad ones. That's what you usually get from him. Not really effective player there. They're just really struggling to get points on the board there, especially in that last 5 minutes of the game when Denver really tightened up defensively there. I got to take the points here with Brooklyn. Brooklyn looks to be getting more healthier now. Of course, it does take questionable here for half their squad, right? Instead of having a full squad out there. So let me see, hitting the refresh button to see if there's any updates. Still no updates here on Kyrie in this spot. Still no updates on the Brooklyn side. Let's see here. Oh, DeSonmo is out now here for Chicago. So that one is an update there from the injuries. All right, we got you through here this NBA. So now it's time to turn our attention over to college basketball. We have enough games to do it in 2 blocks. We have some late night action tonight, so that'll be cool. So let's get the graphic set to roll here as we'll cover the college basketball in 2 blocks. So in this block, we'll cover from 6:30 to 8:30 in college hoops at this block. So let's get the graphic up here for you right now here on the odds. So covering 6:30 to 8:30, these are the games we'll cover here. They will be, if I can remember what, here we go. They will be, that first game here obviously was Villanova and Xavier. This one here, Xavier 3, total 146. This total has been really moving here since the opener. It's coming back a little bit. It opened at 148.5, got as high as 150. So we're seeing down, it's coming down now. So there you go with this one. And, of course, we'll be covering these games up until 8:30. We can see there's a good one between Illinois and Indiana here. Illinois laying 6 in this spot. I don't know if Rod doesn't have his cap on, but we'll go through some of these games here. Texas A&M Kentucky's a good one. DePaul's had their issues this year. St. Louis at VCU. Look at VCU laying some big numbers there in conference. Louisville's having a really good year. Look at laying 8 on the road here at Syracuse there as we continue to go through. This is one of the bigger games of the night here. ESPNU has Ole Miss at Alabama. Look at that. Alabama 11.5 there. Auburn and Mississippi State will be in action as well. So in this block, we will take you to 8:30. So this is the other one. St. John's here laying 9.5 here against Georgetown tonight on the Peacock. And of course, we'll get through these games. So we're going to stop at 8:30. So the 8:30 games, Providence and Creighton laying 9. So we'll stop there. So let's get it underway here with Damien. John.
Sorry about that.
All right.
I like Georgetown here with the points against St. John's. I think 9.5 is a bit too many. I know Patino's doing a great job down there at St. John's, but Georgetown's coming off 2 tough losses. They really played well against Marquette and Connecticut. Kept those games within single digits. Those are 2 top 10 ranked teams. Georgetown's a good defensive team. They're going to force St. John's to shoot from outside. If there's one Achilles heel I think that St. John's has, it's that 3-point shooting. I just think Georgetown has too many points, and I'm going to take Georgetown with the points in that one, Tony.
All right, there from Damien. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, look at these games in this time slot. A couple I'm looking at, and yeah, looking at the first one. Looking at Auburn here, laying 7.5 here in this one, and their big man's out. No problem for Auburn in this one. He's been ruled out. So getting Mississippi State, I think Auburn still wins this game, but not by 7.5. I think Mississippi State's a crappy bunch to come in there, keep it close in that matchup. And then let's see what I'm looking at. Just the one that Tony's talking about. Why did that line move to 6? Well, yeah, we got to go back to Illinois. I'm sorry, but it looks like to me if that line moved to 6, there's only one reason that line moved to 6. That means that Kasparius Chakutis has got to be playing in this game. There's no reason why he moved to 6. And then another reason, I knew Buddy was out already. I knew Renew was out for Indiana already in that game. But if that Illinois line moved to 6, then that means Kasparius is going to play in that game, and Indiana's got no chance. Their winning streak at home, and it was 13th straight. They're going to lose by 10 in that one to Indiana here tonight as Kasparius is in to that one. He's just too dominant when he's in there for Illinois. Good luck. Indiana's in deep dog doo-doo in that one there tonight if he's in, which is why I think that line moved to 6. Otherwise, I don't think Renault not being in there or being ruled out is going to make that line move like that. So I think Kasparius is in that matchup. Another one I'm looking at is poor old DePaul in this spot. Marquette's going to come in there and rip you a new one, bounce you right out of your own gym. He was stinking all season long. Marquette's rested. They've had this circled and ready to run you right out of your gym. And I agree with Damien as well here on St. John. You got to go with St. John here in this spot. They love to run the ball and run and gun. Georgetown doesn't love to run the ball. They want to slow that pace up. With St. John's being at home there in that one, good luck. Georgetown's not going to be able to slow that pace. St. John's is going to push. And they get to like 90 something. Going to be like 90 to 75 or something like that. Either way, St. John's wins by double digits in that matchup. And then, that's it in that time slot.
All right, there from I want to jump it there from Rod. All right, next up we move on over to David.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Villanova and Xavier game here starting right now, actually. I'm going to take the points here I'm going to lay the points with Xavier, -2.5. This Villanova team, they have impressed me in their home games, but on the road, they've struggled this season. They're just 1-3 on the road, lost to St. John's by 12, lost to Creighton by 7. And the bad one, they lost at St. Joe's by 7 points early in the season. Now, I know that was earlier in the season, but they just haven't really proven to me that they can win consistently on the road yet. Their only road win came against Butler. I know Xavier's not they're not great, 2-4 in conference play. They struggle really on both ends of the court in crunch time, when they really needed something to get done. But I'm fading Villanova on the road. I think Xavier can get the win and cover the small number. Second game I'm looking at here is Western Michigan and Kent State. Western Michigan's been awful this season. Just 2 wins against a Division I team so far. Now, the last couple of games they've played, they lost by 20 to Miami of Ohio. Obviously not great, but they did hang in there with Bowling Green, hung in there with Toledo. But this Kent State defense is too good, in my opinion. Kent State offensively, not good, shooting 40.6% from the field, but defensively, allowing just 62.5 points against per game. They've held the last 2 opponents to 50 points or fewer. I think Kent State runs away with this one, so I'll lay the 13.5 with them.
There from David. Next up, we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I got a few for you guys in this time slot. Like my smaller schools, we're gonna go to the MAC. Toledo versus Akron. Give me Akron at home, laying the 6.5, 7-0 at home, working with revenge. Now Toledo is 7-3 overall. Normally play good against Akron, but then when it comes to laying points on the road, if you're not a strong defensive team, they're a horrible defensive team on the road, and they don't hit their foul shots. This Akron team is strong offensive team, strong rebounding team, can hit that 3, and they've looked very good in conference play so far. So give me Akron laying the 6.5 at home. We're going to go to the AAC, where I like North Texas over at ECU. North Texas is laying 2.5. Top 10 defensive team in North Texas. They also won 3-0 against ECU. This ECU team is just having an off season. Don't trust them scoring wise, even at home. Defensively, they're 333. Stopping the 3-point, and that's what North Texas can do offensively. They can hit the 3. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Also, North Texas 5-1 in their last 6. This ECU team lost at home to Gardner Webb, a team I'm familiar with. A team that's pretty terrible. If you can lose at home to Gardner Webb, you can lose at home to North Texas. I'm in agreement with Rod in Mississippi State plus the 8 versus Auburn. Auburn's been in some tough games lately. 0-4 in their last 4 ATS. Coming off a 3-point win to South Carolina. It's just a point where it's too many points, and a spot with Mississippi State can really show how good they are. Yes, you know they're good by their record, but at the same time, when you're playing a number 1 team for Auburn, you're going to come to play. 8 points is a lot of points. Last game I'd like to talk about in this time slot is Valpo versus Belmont. I was on Belmont. They had an upset win. I was on the money line. They had an upset win over Indiana State on the road last week. I'm going to fade them off this upset win. Valpo, decent offensive team, getting 7.5 points. The better covering team, a strong free throw team on the road, and a solid offensive team. So you're giving me all that with 7.5 points. I'm going to take those points against Belmont.
There from Wayne. All right, I'll tell you what I think here. Some of these games in the first block, you're like under Texas A&M and Kentucky. The Aggies, really bad shooting team here from 3, 25% in conference, 67% at the free throw line. They do force turnovers on defense, and they really guard the paint very well. We know the Wildcats can defend the perimeter, holding teams 31% from 3. And, of course, Aggies just a poor shooting form right now over the past 5 games, 39%, but they defend. So I'll take the under there in that one. Now I'm with Rod here. I'm going to lay it with Illinois. Illinois, fantastic form right now. Over their past 5, hitting 50%, allowing 41%. But this Indiana team, there's a reason why this line is the way it is. In conference, given 49% shooting, just been bad. And I got to take Cooley. Give me Cooley and Georgetown plus the 9.5. St. John's, look at their conference numbers shooting the basketball. 18% from 3, 66% at the line. The Hoyas shooting the ball very well over their past 5. The Red Storm against the Big East shooting 42%. Give me Georgetown plus the points in that one. Let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for the next block of games. In this block, we're going to cover 9 p.m. Eastern time to 11 Eastern, 9 Eastern to 11 Eastern to close out college hoops here. These will be the games that we cover here at this slot. Here, as you can see, some Mountain West coverage here tonight up on the board here. Also, we'll move on. Miami and Duke will be playing at this hour. LSU, Arkansas, some SEC and Big 12 games tonight. Got some Ohio State, Missouri, BYU in action tonight again. Here as we'll go through some of the games. As you could see, USC now up a point, about 2.5 now, late night game. UCF and Arizona State. USF here. UCF played Saturday night at Arizona, getting 16.5, 17 points. Covered that game pretty easily. They're losing by 8, but they're only getting 4 in this one. They're in a nice, probably the night, really nice one here tonight, late night, 11 Eastern, Baylor and Arizona. Arizona still holding 5.5, total 147. That's your ESPN game. Your super late night one, Colorado State and San Diego State from the Mountain West. Got some TV coverage there, 11 Eastern, CBS Sports Network. So let's get this late block here started off here with Damien.
Yeah, I'm liking Florida here, laying the points against Missouri. I know Missouri's a good club, 13-3, but Florida's the real deal. I mean, we saw what they did at Tennessee over the weekend, clobbering them by 30 points, holding them to 40-some points. So I like the Gators there in that one. And I like Wisconsin as well against Ohio State. Whiskey's really tough at home, and it's not that same version of Wisconsin due to that slow, plodding kind of offense. They can really score. They scored over 100 points a couple times this year. I don't think Ohio State, they don't shoot the ball particularly well, and they turn it over a ton. So I don't think they have what it takes to keep it within the numbers. So Ohio State basketball team loses tonight, and their football team loses Monday night.
There we go. There from Damien. There we move on next up over to Rod.
And looking at those ones here in that spot, looking at Miami, Florida heading into Duke. Good luck to Miami, Florida in that one. Duke's just going to run you right out of the gym there in that one. Look at Miami on the road, or even over their last 5 defensively, giving up 51% shooting. This Duke team, they could definitely shoot the ball and score some points. I think there's a good shot that Duke hits 100 in that one tonight in Miami, Florida. You're not even going to get you'd be lucky if you get to 60 in that matchup there. 90-60. Okay, I like that. 90-60. Duke wins that one, runs right over the Hurricanes in that matchup. And then another one, I'm going to take Clemson to run right over Georgia Tech.
There you go.
Back to the original hat that I like. Love Clemson in this spot. They're just a better team. Georgia Tech at home, they got you at 6, and they got it at 6 for a reason. It's just still not enough there. Give me Clemson by double digits in that matchup. And then when I'm looking at here, you look at San Jose State here. They've been a scrappy bunch at times this season. 12-4 against that number. Not here. Rick Pitino and company in New Mexico are going to come into town. Why are they laying 9.5? Because they're that much the better team. Give me New Mexico to win by double digits over San Jose State in that matchup. And then the one I'm looking at here is Central Florida did get that nice cover over Arizona because they were getting a boatload of points. They only get 3.5. That's not enough here against Arizona State. You're in deep trouble against Arizona State in that one. You're losing by at least 8 to 10 in that matchup. You lost to Arizona by 8. You're probably going to lose by 10 to 12 to Arizona State. Lay the 3.5 there in that one. No problem. And you know what? If you look at this Arizona, I want to take Baylor, but Baylor on the road hasn't been so good. Is this the spot they finally step up and play a good game on the road? I got to take it. I'm going to take Baylor plus the 5.5 there in that one. Solid team at home. We see what they can do. We've seen them in neutral games on neutral court, and they haven't been the greatest, but I think this is the spot. It's been a 5.5 all day, all night. It hasn't budged a whole lot. I got to go with Baylor plus the 5.5 there in that one. Give me the 2 dogs late tonight.
2 late dogs barking there from Rod. Next up, we move on over to David.
Yeah, I also like Arizona State here in this one. They've lost 2 games in a row, but they did fight back in that game against Baylor. They forced overtime. They ended up losing. Prior to that, they were at Kansas, and they actually had a halftime lead. And then I don't know the exact number they scored, but they scored like 13 or 15 points in the second half. Just got boat raced by Kansas. But for the first half, they played well, and this UCF team defensively allowing over 77 points against per game, only shooting 41% from the field. So I like Arizona State to get the cover at home. And then Colorado State, San Diego State. I'm going to take Colorado State in the points here in this one. They've been pretty impressive to start this season. When you look over at San Diego State, coming off of the game, they only scored 48 points. They're only shooting 43% from the field. They haven't been great offensively. I think Colorado State has a chance to win this one, so I'll take the 7.5 with the Rams.
There from David. All right, next up, we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I actually love this time slide. 3 premium bets in this time slide, so I only got 1 for free. And I'm in total agreement with Damien with Florida over Missouri. Florida just these guards that they have are just very strong. One of the top offensive teams in the nation. And one thing we don't talk enough about is Florida's defense. This is a Missouri team that's 0-2 already on the road, haven't played a lot of road games, and comes into one of the toughest road environments, playing a balanced team like Florida, who can run you off the court on offense and who can clamp you up defensively. Outside of the Kentucky game, Florida has really just put the clamps on everybody in conference, out conference. I'm laying a 10 with Florida in this spot.
They're from Wayne, or I tell you what I think here about some of these games. I like under Wisconsin and Ohio State. These are two very good defensive teams in the Big Ten, but Ohio State just horrible offensively here. 29% from three in conference, but both teams in very good defensive form. Look under in that one. Got to take USC in this spot late night where we saw some twos. There's 2.5s now in this game. USC in very good shooting form, very good defensive form, but I don't trust Iowa on the road. It's always been like that, right? But this year in conference play, giving up 51% shooting on the road in their on the road in the conference this season. I'm sorry, not on the road. Overall, it's 51% in conference. Even the home games has been bad. Yeah, I just can't trust this Iowa team on the road. This defensive form really bad. Of course, the coach. I like the coach at USC. I'm going to go ahead and lay it with Arizona here. The Baylor's numbers here away from home. They failed to cover 6 of 8 away from home, giving up 48% shooting. Baylor not the same team when on a neutral or in a true road game. Wildcats fantastic form here. Past 5 games, 51% shooting, allowing just 38%. And they're second in offensive efficiency in the Big 12, hitting 57% from 2, and they make their free throws. And Baylor, not a really good shooting team here in the conference this year, 33rd in effective field goal shooting. I'll look at the Wildcats in the late night spot. Let's continue here on the drive-thru as we're ready to switch our attention over to the NHL tonight. Knocking out this big card tonight from hockey. So let's get to it here. In this slot, we're going to cover the 707s. All 707s in this slot. Lightning and Bruins here. We got the Lightning $1.28, total 5.5. Sharks and Red Wings. Red Wings $1.76, total 5.5. We've got here the Stars and Maple Leafs. We got the Stars $1.23, total 5.5. Ducks and Capitals here. Capitals $2.62, total 6. We've got Senators and Islanders. Islanders $1.11, total 5.5. And that's where we're going to stop right there because the next slate of games is going to be the 7:30 game. So we'll stop it right there. Let's get this one underway here with Damien. You're on mute, Damien.
I apologize again for that. Hey, taking a look here at the Flyers Blue Jackets game. I like the Flyers in this one. I know Blue Jackets have been playing really well, but the Flyers seem to have Columbus's number. Flyers have won 2 in a row. They beat Anaheim 6-0. Just last night, they had an impressive win against the Panthers. Both times they've beaten Columbus. Both times they played this season, scored 5 goals in each of those games. So I do like Philly in that one. And then taking a look here at Stars and the Maple Leafs. I like the Maple Leafs in this one. Stars are going to be playing the 5th straight road game, and the Leafs were booed off their ice in their last game, losing 3-0 here to Vancouver. I think they bounced back. They play really well against Dallas at home. They're 9-2 against them, their last 11. So I'm going with the Flyers and the Leafs.
All right, excellent. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
And for me, looking at that Flyers in Columbus, I'm going to take the over in that matchup. Yep, second half, I'm a back-to-back here for this Flyers team. Hey, they got a win last time out as well. I just don't trust Kolsop in goal for the Flyers. You know, he's good for giving up probably at least 3 goals or more. And then you got Merzlikins, and he's definitely always leaking goals left, right, and center. Good old Merzliki in that one. And you look at Columbus this season, second game in 5 nights. Well, 15-2 to that over is Columbus in that one. So give me the over 6.5 there. And then I agree. Give me the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs have won 7 straight versus Dallas. This is the 3rd game at 4-night spot for the Dallas Stars as well. Toronto takes advantage. They love beating up Dallas. And you're going to give me a plus price. I'll take it. Give me Toronto in that matchup. And then I love Washington here to beat up on the Ducks. Looks like Gibson's getting the start for the Ducks. Ducks got us a nice win last time. Now they're going to get the step on the Duck. No quacking from the Duck tonight. They're in deep trouble there. Could be one of those games where we see Obi all of a sudden pop 3 goals as well. The way that he's been going and scoring goals, he could get really ugly with Gibson going in net for the Ducks there in that one. Washington puck line. And then the scary spot here is Detroit's on a winning streak, right? Yeah, and then the goalie that I did not want to see in goal ever. I thought we were done. Maybe I thought they kicked him down to the juniors. We're done, and we weren't going to see his butt for a while. But he's making his return, and David can attest to seeing this guy in goal tonight for Detroit. It's a scary situation. I like Detroit, but I don't want to see Billy Husso. I see Billy Husso, and it's like, uh-oh, Husso. Oh, no. I just can't do it. I see him in goal, and I'm like running the other way. It's just like, I think this is the spot. I'm glad I got no premiums on that one tonight. I got to take the Sharks, take a bite out of Detroit, end that winning streak. I just don't like Husso. Husso's awful in goal. I didn't think we were going to see him there in that spot at all. I was hoping he was going to find a nice spot in the AHL, but with him in there, Detroit's in trouble in that one.
There from Rod. All right, next up, we move on right over to David.
Yeah, I agree. Not ideal seeing Husso in. Lions hurt, so they brought Husso back up from the AHL. But on the other side for the Sharks, their goaltending situation's been terrible with Georgiev. He's put up just awful numbers since going over to San Jose from Colorado. So I think we see an over here, only sitting at 5.5. It is juiced to minus 125, but I think each team's going to get the offense going. Over 5.5 there. Then the other one I'm looking at here is the Kraken and the Penguins. I'm going to take the Penguins here on the money line. Laying a little bit of juice, but I just can't trust the Seattle team. We saw the Kraken get blown out by Detroit in their last game 6-2. And they're just such a low-scoring team this season, scoring 2.89 goals per game on the year, but it seems like every game recently they're scoring 2 goals or fewer. Pittsburgh, up and down, but they do play their best hockey at home. They're going to bounce back here. They've lost 2 straight, been outscored 10-2 in that span. We got 2 bad teams here. One of them's got to win, and I like the Penguins to get it done.
From David, next up on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Damien. Give me the Philly. Both of these teams on a small win streak. Philly on a 2-game win streak. Blue Jackets on a 4-game win streak. When you're on a 4-game win streak and you're at home, but your dogs, that line looks a little fishy to me. Philadelphia has a history of beating this team 6-4 in their last 10. I trust the history. I trust the line making. I actually trust Philly defense in this spot. Both teams been pretty offensively efficient in their win streaks. But give me Philly. Line looks funny. Give me Philly in that spot. And I don't love the line in general, but I do love New Jersey over Florida. Just don't trust Florida on the road. Florida's coming off of 2 losses, where they've allowed at least 4 goals in those 2 losses. New Jersey is a more offensive efficient team. New Jersey is at home, and I trust their defense better. Give me New Jersey at the 155. And give me the Islanders. Another game where I trust the history. Islanders 7-3 against Iowa. Iowa's coming off of 2 wins, but they're just 3-5 in their last 8 on the road. I trust the defense that I've seen the Islanders play over the stretch. Give me the Islanders as the light home favorite, minus 120 money line.
From Wayne. All right, let's continue here on the NHL. We'll close it out with the 7:37s to the 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. NHL closing it out here with Senators, Islanders. Islanders $1.11, total 5.5. Panthers, Devils $1.51, total 6. Canucks and the Jets. Well, we get the dance here. Jets $1.64, total 5.5. We've got the Flames at the Blues. The Blues $1.71, total 5.5. Golden Knights and Predators. Knights on the road $1.33, total of 6. Canadians and Hockey Club here $1.39, a total of 6. Rangers at the Avs $1.43, total 6.5. That's hockey here. Let's get the final block here underway with Damien.
Yeah, look at this Nashville-Vegas game. When I first saw this line, I do double take. I know Vegas here is the best in the West, but after looking at it, I'm going to head here with the Predators. They've actually played Vegas pretty tough here. They've beaten them 3 of their last 4, and I do think Nashville is better than the record. We got Jack Eichel here day-to-day for Vegas, and I'm just going to go with Nashville here in that one at some nice plus money. And then taking a look here, the Rangers Avalanche. I like the under in this one. Mackenzie Blackwood's been really good in net here for Colorado. His 2.33 goals against. And over the last 5 games, Colorado as a whole, their goaltending just a 1.60 goals against average with a 9.32 save percentage. Shesterkin has looked really good here for the Rangers since coming back from injury. He's allowed just 3 goals on 53 shots since coming back. I think this one's going to be low scoring, and I like the under in that one.
There from Damien. Next up, we move right on over to Ron.
Yeah, I agree. Give me the under in Rangers and Colorado. That's going to feel like a playoff game between those two teams. Definitely dueling it up defensively. Give me the under in that matchup. And then another funky looking line. Why is this Utah Hockey Club favored over a Montreal team that has more wins on the season than this Utah Hockey Club? Utah at home has been ass. They played their better hockey on the road. It's just a given. I'll take the plus money there with Montreal. It might be grabbing some low-hanging fruit, but I'm going to grab it. Give me Montreal on the money line on that one. Another one I'm looking at here. You look at Winnipeg. They went all in just so they could beat Colorado in that back-to-back spot. Third game of 4 nights for this Winnipeg Jets team. This is one of those spots they come in flat, and the Canucks get themselves a win. Canucks off a nice win in Toronto, where they shut down the Leafs, high-powered offense, scoring nothing. Shut him out there in that one. Kevin Lankin has been Mr. Road Warrior all season long for this Vancouver Canucks team, and he's in there tonight. He's going to duel Hellebuck goal in that one, and then we do a little Canucks dancing. And we
got it.
we got to get the Canucks dance. Look at that line. Why is it only the way it is? You look a Jets team that's 10 wins better than the Canucks team, and they're only minus 160 there in that one. Looks fishy. Give me the Canucks in that one. And I agree with Damien. Why is Vegas a $1.35? It just looks fishy there. And the Vegas has won 12 straight night games versus the Western Conference. Give me the under 6. I think we get a lower scoring one. First to 3 wins that matchup as well there.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, next up, we move on over to David.
Yeah, I'm going to make it 3 for 3 here. I do like the under in the Rangers-Avalanche game. You look at the Rangers, they've had some issues scoring this season. Both goalies are good. Both defenses are solid. I'll take the under there. And then Golden Knights Predators, I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm going to take Vegas. I agree Nashville's better than the record is, but they've just been horrible this season. And every time I think they're ready to turn it around, they just continue to disappoint. You look at a couple games ago, they beat Vancouver, beat Calgary, had a nice 2-game winning streak. Then they absolutely laid an egg against Winnipeg. Last time out, they outshot Washington 2-1. I think it was like 36-18, something like that. Still lost 4-1. I can't trust this Predators team. I'm getting a decent price with a Vegas team that is proven. I'll take the Golden Knights.
There from David. Next up, we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I jumped ahead of time slot. Like I said, I like the Islanders over Ottawa, but I also like the Rangers. I'm a sucker for the Rangers. Definitely when I see them as underdogs. They've been playing good on the road in their last 2. They've also won off their last 2. They've beaten this team in their last 3. Avalanche coming off 3 games on the road. They're struggling to score right now. As these guys have mentioned, both teams have good goalies in the nets, and both teams are struggling to score. But price-wise, I just like the Rangers in this spot. They have shown that they can beat this team 2 games on the road, and have shown to be playing a little bit better on the road. Give me the Rangers in the underdog spot.
From Wayne. All right, we got you through here this NHL card. Now it's time for our parlay segment where our cappers give out a parlay or maybe a player prop or peripheral. They make the call, so let's get this one underway here with Damien.
We talked earlier about this Bulls-Pelicans game being high scoring, and I'm going to go with the Chicago team total over 121.5. And both these teams are going to play fast, so we're going to parlay that with Kobe White over 5 assists in that game.
White is in the lineup here for Chicago. He was earlier not in the lineup, but yeah, he was questionable, I should say. He is in the lineup tonight, so we can say that he's in. Philadelphia, no Drummond, no Embiid, no George, no Lowry, no Martin. Both Martins are out, Maxey out, so everybody that was questionable pretty much out here for Philly there. So you're caught up there with the early games. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
And for me, we're going to go with a couple on the ice here. We're going to go with the first one. We're going to take Montreal in the money line. We're going to take the New York Rangers to stay hot, which is Sturkin in goal in that one. Nice little plus price there. And then we're going to take the Milwaukee Bucks, lay the 2.5 to get the win over the Kings. in that one. Little 3-teamer for you.
There you go. We can verify now. Monk, we know, is out for Milwaukee. It'll be no Middleton, no Trent tonight. Still no changes. Our Irving is in the lineup. Kyrie will play tonight for Dallas. So that's the latest update we have there. So next up, we move on over to David.
I'm going to take the Red Wings on the money line. Arizona State -3.5, and over in that Cavaliers-Pacers game.
From David. All right, next up we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm with agreements with Ryan. I think the Bucks, either money line or land the two, is a good parlay piece for the night. And North Texas, East Carolina's an automatic fade. You can take them -2.5 or the money line. And two hockey plays I love tonight would be New Jersey Devils money line and the Rangers money line. So that's nice 14 for you.
There you go from Wayne. I got the over. I got the under in Ohio State, Wisconsin college hoops. Also like the Bulls and Hawks there at home to the spread there tonight. All right, we got you through that. Now it's time to see what the cappers have for sale over at Pick Dog Sprim. Heading into a busy week here of action here from the hoops. College basketball in full swing and conference play. Let's see what Wayne has for sale over at Pick Dog Sprim. Wayne's put together really good starts to 2025.
Yes, sir. A little bit of a larger card for me. I have 6 plays in college basketball, 3 in the NBA, and 1 hockey play. Hockey play will be long term. I have my best bet in NBA out there for you guys, my best bet in college for you guys, and a 5-pack mix and match with my NBA and my college basketball. You can pair me up with one of these fine having cappers that you see on the show. Use the promo code PIG. We'll continue to put this money in your pocket. Great card. Love today's card. Let's cash out.
Cash it out here with Wayne over at Pick Dog Sprim. Let's see what Damon has for sale over at Pick Dog Sprim right now. Damon is well enjoying a great 2025.
Yeah, I got 1 college basketball play for sale, an NBA play for sale, and college basketball 3-pack for sale as well. I do have more plays out there, and the best way to get them, guys, is a long-term plan, a 3, 7, 30-day plan. But as Wayne has mentioned, and this is my favorite one, team me up with one of the other fantastic cappers here on this site, and we'll definitely put money in your pockets.
That's right, guys. Get on board there with Damon. Long-term pass is the way to roll, guys. So get on board. Let's see what Rod has for sale over at Pick Dog Sprim as well. Rod, a monster performance here for the past 30 days, approaching 2,700 units of profit. Document, verify that at Rod's handicap page. Rod, what do you got for sale?
And for me, loaded card today. I got my NHL Sniper top play on the ice. Absolutely love that NHL Sniper. Crushed it yesterday with the Calgary on the puck line there in that one. We had 2 yesterday. Love the under in the Oilers as well. I got 2 more tonight, so 1 more for long-term subscribers there. I got a 3-pack in college basketball. We went 2-0 yesterday there. I've got my NBA drop a dime play. We crushed it with the Clippers yesterday, so been hot in all those sports, so you can get all those plays in Tackle the Book Tuesday. Let's tackle the books together. But better yet, as you see, we've been winning long term. That's the way to go, is jump aboard something long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. I'm not the only hot capper that's been hot over at Big Dogs. You can see verified records, plenty of hot cappers over there. Pair a couple up and have 2 cappers put money in your pockets. Maybe even 3 or 4, the way that all the cappers have been hot here at Big Dogs. Don't forget, pick and check out, save 15%. Jump aboard. Let us put some money in your pocket to continue to kickstart 2025 winning.
That's right, winning there with Rod. Get on board with Rod, long-term passes. Let's see what David has to say over at Pick Dog. Also another monster start to 2025.
Yeah, it's been a solid couple weeks for me here. Really hot in the NHL over the last month or so. Tonight, 8 total plays, 4 in the NHL, 1 in the NBA, and 3 in college hoops. Split up a couple different ways, couple different packages, pretty much starting right now. But like these other guys said, long-term's the way to go, or pair me up with one of these other guys. That's
right, guys. Got on board with David over at Pick Dogs Premium. Yeah, yes, over at Pick Dogs Premium, I've got a best bet on the board right now here from College Hoops. Also a 3-pack from College Hoops, so get on board with me. Come up a winner yesterday in NFL with my best bet, so get on board. Maybe consider that long-term pass, having a great year this season in NFL and college football, so no better time to get that 7-day pass because you'll be covered with the NFL playoffs and the championship game from college football coming on Monday, and of course all my hoops action there when you get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Remember the multi-capper promotion, you can match me up with any of your favorite cappers and use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru We are back again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again with the NBA, NHL, and college basketball picks for you here on the show. So make sure to like, subscribe, and set those notifications. All right, that's going to do it here on the show. Yeah, before we go, anybody have anything in closing before we go?
Go
As
Irish.
always, good luck with the